Today I'm filming with this, my 2003 Mercedes-Benz E55 that I bought for only $9,000 with 104,000 miles on it. And today we're at Performance Solutions in Schaumburg, Illinois, because Performance Solutions has a dyno. If you're not too familiar with my E55, don't worry about it. I will link down below some of the videos that I've made on this car in the past. In the first video, I go over the general buying experience of this car, the negotiations, what's wrong with the E55, and how I got it for $9,000. In the second video, we go over performance modifications, and I take a stab at how much I think I'm gonna spend on modifying this car, and I also show you all the performance parts that I had just received in the mail from this car's sponsor, Victory Road Performance in Virginia. The next two videos kick off the build process on the E55. In part one, I install a VRP heat exchanger that mounts behind the front bumper, and it looks awesome. And then in build part two, I install an underhood mounted coolant tank and also a VRP Superflow coolant pump. Okay, we're almost ready to go over here at Performance Solutions. Ryan just got done strapping the E55 down to the dyno, and I gotta mention, this is one of the nicest dyno rooms I've ever been to. It's actually an all-wheel drive dyno jet, so you can do rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive. It's really neat. Just as a reminder, this car has the Eurocharged mid-length headers, a Eurocharged tune, and the cooling mods, and I think it's gonna put down about 430 horsepower and 515 pound-feet of torque, but I really have no idea. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys kind of like the cheap way that I'm logging on the E55 and also a wideband that I just installed on this car. And this is by no means the best way to log. It's just a very inexpensive way to monitor what's going on with your engine. So I definitely wanted to show you guys that. With all that being said, let's get this thing rolling on the dyno and see what it really puts down to the tires. E55 is on the dyno, ready to rock, and I just wanted to show you this. We're at 80 degrees right now. And this is Ryan. He's going to be using the dyno here. Ryan, what do you think this thing's going to make? Eurocharged headers and a tune, basically.
I think around 460 maybe.
460? Wow, that's way more than I thought. But all right, let's let it rip, see what happens. Run number one, 461 horsepower and 527 foot-pounds of torque. You, sir, were totally right, and I was way off. So congratulations, but really that is awesome. I'm really excited about that number. So we're gonna let the E55 cool down a little bit. And what are the intake air temps now? 91? Okay. Yep. I'll pay attention next time. I gotta hit the log button on there to what the intake air temperatures were. We'll let it cool down a little bit, and we'll go for round number two. Got the AEM wideband going, and I did press log on the dash command, so we'll get to see mainly what the intake air temperature is. Ryan, what do you think? More or less? We let it cool down for what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think it'll probably do about the same.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna go 470. I'm gonna go very optimistic here. All right, so the second run made basically the same power as the first run. Now you'll notice this is the first run. It's only showing 490 pound-feet of torque, where before it showed 527. And I think we figured out what went on there. We had it originally on vehicle speed, and now we switched it to RPM. And when we had it on vehicle speed, there was a big spike right here that was kind of like an error. So this is a lot more of a smooth graph, and it shows us more accurately what this car's making. It essentially made the exact same amount of power on both runs, which is just awesome. This thing is super consistent. So we're gonna go for run number 3 right now. And I don't know, it'll probably make a little bit less because it's a little heat soaked, but you never know. Look at the flow going on here. That pump in this tank is awesome. The recovery time is just unbelievable. I mean, you saw it right at the end of that one run. I mean, it was just going right back down. It's 80 degrees, like I said. It was going right back down towards 90, and then it went down even lower than that. So we're going to take a look at the logs after these runs and see what the intake air temperature was doing exactly. But yeah, so far I am really happy. This car is super consistent. So let's get dyno number 3 in and see what the E55 makes on its final run. Here's the third and final dyno run on the E55. You could probably guess it's basically exactly the same as the first two. This car loves to make 460 wheel horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, and I'm really excited. This is a super consistent car that's putting out really good power with very basic mods, just the mid-length headers, a tune, and some cooling mods, that's all. Of course, the dyno number is just a number. I do plan on taking this to the quarter-mile drag strip to get some real times, and I definitely will be upgrading these rear tires to something more sticky. But this was a lot of fun, and it'll give me a great baseline number to compare to once I do all the other mods on this car. Let me show you the logging software I'm using. I'm using an app called Dash Command, and then it uses one of those Bluetooth pucks that plugs into the OBD2 ports. Now, this is a very basic logging app. Like I said, this is similar to like the Torque Pro app, which I tried, but one thing that I really liked about this app was the very simple way of playing back a log. Now, don't pay attention to everything I'm logging, as I still haven't configured this thing totally, but if you hit play, this is like right where I was making it. This is full throttle right here, and you can watch everything. And it's really nice. That's it. That was just a quick dyno run. But what I didn't like about the Torque app was you had to like email that file to yourself, and it was just kind of confusing. I just want to make a run and just simply press play and run it back. So there's a ton more to this app, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing in this video. You can check it out for yourself. But it was $10, and for that little Bluetooth connector, I think that was about like $20, and there's all sorts of things you can do. You can do like performance 0 to 60 runs. I don't know how accurate that is. Diagnostic and gauges, and yeah, you can configure this thing and just go nuts. I haven't really messed around with it too much, but moving along, we have this. This is an AEM wideband. It's the 30-0300 part number. I use this in my Turbo Trans Am, and it works really well. This comes with a bigger display and a newer sensor. This was only like $160. You can get this from Victory Road. And also, this is like a custom dash vent gauge pod holder type of thing. It's really neat, really clean. It only took me like 20 minutes to install this, and those are about 50 bucks. You can get those from Victory Road as well. So I haven't figured out exactly how to log this against RPM or have it connected into anything in this app right here. I'm kind of working on that, although it seems pretty hard to do. But anyway, this is a very inexpensive way to log, and it'll just keep you safe. I mean, you can watch this gauge while you're driving and just make sure it doesn't go super lean for whatever reason, and let out if it does. So I really like that. I think every boosted car should pretty much have a wideband. So that's pretty much it. Let's get into who's going to be tuning this car. Oh man, do I love this thing. All right, I'm driving home from the dyno, and before I get into who's tuning the E55, I gotta say a big thank you to Performance Solutions. I met Ryan over there for the first time. He's the owner, and he was a great guy, very professional. The whole crew is awesome, and they work on some really cool cars. They had like Vipers and Supras, they had an E55, pretty much everything, and they also do normal car repairs and also detailing like ceramic coating and stuff like that. So if you live in the Chicagoland area, definitely check them out. The link will be down below. Now, onto who's tuning my E55. Originally, I was going to go with Eurocharged, just a mail order tune, just like the car has right now, but you got to rebuy it. The previous owner did the tune that's on the car currently, so I just have to rebuy the entire tune anyway. So I decided to go with Race IQ. I got to speaking with Anthony, the tuner, seemed very knowledgeable, and there are a ton of really fast cars that use his tune. And what really sold me on using Anthony was he rents dynos like all over the country, and he comes to Chicago every once in a while. So eventually I want to have the tune finalized by Anthony on a dyno, and he actually uses that dyno at Performance Solutions. So it works out really, really well. Again, nothing against Eurocharged. I think they make a great product. They've been around forever, and obviously I'm very happy with the tune that's currently in the car, but it just makes a little bit more sense for me to go with Anthony this time around. Okay, seriously, I gotta stop doing that. This thing is just way too much fun. That's the end of today's video. I really hope everyone enjoyed it. If you're new and checking in for the first time, please consider subscribing. I'd absolutely love to have you. And to all my current subscribers, thank you so much for watching all the videos. I really appreciate it. The next video on the E55 might be me at the drag strip if I can get some sticky tires, or it might be a build video. I'm not really sure at this point. But either way, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.